Hello, one and all. Welcome back to We Just Want One. We're moving on into the middle of our schedule here. Things are really getting into the thick of it, and we're looking pretty good. So things were looking shaky at the beginning of the year, but we were still winning games, right? Like we had close games against the Chiefs that we lost, against the 49ers, which we did manage to win in amazing fashion. And we were able to hold on against Seattle as well to put us at 2-1. And then with the Falcons win, we kind of really beat the brakes off of them. And that's where it was like, okay, maybe this team's legit. Maybe they're for real. Who knows? And then we managed to win against the Giants as well, which was a pretty closer game than, I gave it credit for. Because, the Giants were kind of in it somewhat. But, I was never really afraid of losing that game thanks to Kyle Edgel's kickoff return, which he's had a few of them so far this year. But looking ahead now to today's game against the Rams, we had a really tough go here last season towards the end of the season when we were ahead for a lot of it, and then just terrible decisions and awful play calling just led to a Rams comeback and victory. But we have no business winning in this dome anyway. And this is not just the same Rams. This is the Super Bowl defending champion Rams. If you remember from the offseason video, they kind of clowned on the Colts in the Super Bowl. 31-7 was that score, if I remember correctly. So they have lost a bit of a step, though, as you saw from their record here at the beginning, opening cinematic. They're struggling. Everyone in the NFC West is kind of doing well. Even the 49ers are keeping pace with us. And the Rams are the ones who are kind of fighting 500 right now. So we have a chance to really throw a wrench into things early on here if we can just win this game, keep our pace with Seattle and San Francisco, and really put St. Louis down. So kicking off to Kyle Hedgel is dangerous, but hey, if you want to keep doing it, be my guest. But as this time Hedgel gets caught up here, but a holding call is going to send us even further back, man. Man, these penalties on the kickoffs, what is going on, man? Our big boys are just getting beat by the speed. They just can't keep up. So we're going to cut ahead now later into the first quarter here. This opening drive, as we're just past midfield, we're going to hand it to Thomas Jones, who gets brought down by about the 40-yard line. So 2nd and 7, Jake Plummer's going to come out here in shotgun formation, taking a high snap, and we're going to try and float this one out to David Boston on the streak. He's in double coverage and somehow comes down with it. Absolutely laid in the breadbasket for Boston. I don't know how he came down with that one, but I'm not going to question it any further because, man, he did it. He's the guy. He's Himmy Turner. So I'm showing off a special teams play so you know something's going to get dangerous. What's going to happen? A 4th and 11 for the Rams. They're punting this one away. Kyle Hedgel's got more than enough room for a return as he shakes off the one defender, shimmies through a couple more, and gets brought down at the Rams' 35-yard line. So how'd you going? Thinking it was going to be a nice return, a return touchdown, but not today. Maybe later on, but not right now. Plummer's going to roll out here and try to avoid some pressures. We find Makovica in the middle of the field who cuts upfield and nearly gets a touchdown. So a receiving fullback. What do you think of that, man? I think we've primarily used him in that function too. He's been most effective out of the backfield, which is just crazy to me to even think about because I think he's still like a 60-something overall. He's not that great. So, But, hey, depending on your difficulty, anyone can be good. And that's the fun of Madden, okay? We don't shame here, all right? So we're looking ahead now here. We have another opportunity to add to our lead here. It's a goal-to-go situation. Just a minute left in the first quarter, but the Rams see Makovica now. They're going to plot against him, and they stuffed him in the backfield. So we're going to have to get a little bit creative here if we want to add another 6 points, as Plummer's going to float the one off his back foot and find Hedgel in the back of the end zone, who somehow hauls that in the coverage. And Hedgel's wearing his sleeves. He does not want to get eaten up by that turf in this dome, because he's going to be making plays like that all day, baby. Come on. You already know. All this offense needed was another threat at receiver, and it seems like we got it. And with our trade with the Falcons, dude, I think we got even another one. Forget what the numbers say, dude. These guys are legit. So with a 14-0 lead here, the Rams find themselves with a position to maybe add some points of their own as we catch their offense lacking and stop them on a 3rd down. So they're going to bring out the kicking unit and knock this one through. A 42-yarder by the Rams is going to cut our lead to just 11 now. So late here in the first half, the Rams have an opportunity with the ball again just at midfield, and Kurt Warner lays up an absolute dot to Isaac Bruce. Isaac Bruce there with a nice step on about 2 or 3 Cardinal defenders. They were lost. They didn't know where he was. You can't let Isaac Bruce get behind you, guys. Come on. This is day one stuff. And he gets brought out of bounds, which is going to stop the clock for the Rams. So A 1st and 10 situation here inside the red zone for St. Louis. What can they do here? Time is ticking away, and Kurt Warner is going to find his man in the middle of the field just standing there waiting for the ball. And now the Rams are going to run the hurry up here as they want to get things moving. With just 1:30 left ticking away, Kurt Warner's going to drop back and flip over his options, and he finds the same man again, his tight end, his big tight end across the middle, who steps into the end zone and adds 6 for St. Louis. So now the lead is just 4. With just 1:23 left to go, what can we do to put this game hopefully at a reach? We can throw picks. That's what we can do. A nasty interception for Jake Plummer. Hasn't made too many of those mistakes so far this year, but that one is horrendous. Just a desperate throw in the middle of the field trying to get it to Hedl or Boston. That's what happens when you have great receivers, man. You just get desperate. And you don't need to. So now the Rams have a prime opportunity with just a minute left to go here in the first half to potentially add some points. But when you pitch it like that, it's not going to work. We're all over the run, man. Marshall Faulk, we know what he can do, so we are scheming against that run. So Kurt Warner's going to go with an empty backfield here in the hurry-up, and he's going to try and catch us for a loop here as he drops back. The pressure's on, but it doesn't matter, dude, because Isaac Bruce is behind our guys again. Our poor rookie cornerback had no hope of covering those 2 Rams receivers, man. Isaac Bruce was just open out there. The hurry-up absolutely threw us off. They had about, 4 or 5 wideouts probably. It didn't even matter. So the Rams take a lead here late in the first half, and we got to get this ball moving, man. We got to do something. As Plummer's going to drop back. We're going for that streak to Boston. Can he get it? Yes, he can freaking get it as he hauls it in and is brought down just ahead of the 40-yard line, and we are in St. Louis territory. We're going to blow a timeout here because we're going to add some points, okay? We're going to move this freaking football. Listen to me. Jake Plummer's going to drop back now. He's got options here, and he flips it out to Coffee here. Our young receiver picked up from Atlanta. We're going to blow another timeout as we are close to the first down marker. So 2nd and 1. Plummer's going to drop back. He's going to look over the options. He's going to float it out to Hedl, and Hedl's got it hauled in for another Cardinal touchdown. Hedl is the guy this game, man. If you guys scheme Boston, we'll go Hedl. You scheme Hedl, we'll go Boston. It doesn't freaking matter. What did I tell you, bro? This is my offensive scheme. All we needed was another lethal receiving threat, and we got it. Don't worry about my run game. We don't need to run the football. 17 rush yards in the first half proves that we don't need to run the football to take a lead against one of our strongest division opponents. So we got ourselves a football game here, boys, as we're only halfway through opening up the second half here, kicking this one off to the Rams, who are probably going to come out of the locker room with a vengeance. So 1st and 10 now, right out of the locker room here, right into the second half, and Kurt Warner's going to lie up another dot to Isaac Bruce. Oh my gosh, can we cover him, please? What are we doing? Our rookie cornerback is getting absolutely cooked out there, absolutely gassed. We even had Kwame Lassiter, the best player on our team overall-wise, and even he couldn't do anything about it. Jeez Louise, Isaac Bruce is just a freaking menace. I can't wait for another year or 2 when that dude goes away forever and he gets out of my nightmares, because that's all he does 2 times a year is just stalk my nightmares. The smart Billy Bean thing would just be to steal him at a budget. That's what I should do, is try and steal him from the Rams. Anyway, so a 2nd and 10 situation for the Rams now as they're cooking now in Cardinal territory. Kurt Warner's going to sidearm that over to Green, and he makes his 2 men miss, and he's got some room, and no one's going to catch up as both of our safeties are in pursuit, and neither of them can catch up. Our 2 best players on the team, on the defense, they cannot catch up to Green, who's got a touchdown. So we cut further ahead. The Rams have themselves a 3-point lead, and the football back with an opportunity to add even more points as that ball is just flat out dropped. So 2nd and 10 now for the Rams, just past midfield. Our defense needs to tighten up here as we find ourselves in a position to potentially be in a pretty deep hole as Bruce gets the call again and he's shaking off tackles. What is going on? Can we do anything with them? And he's just tackled by Flowers, but it doesn't matter because he steps into the end zone and the Rams have themselves another touchdown. Isaac Bruce, get out of here. Leave. I hate you, please. No one tell Isaac Bruce that I hate him. He's completely fine. But the collection of pixels that make him up in Madden 03, I despise. That's all. So now we find ourselves down by 10 points, and boys and squirrels, we got to get moving. We got to do something here on offense. We are in a pretty rough spot here with the potential to lose this football game. Jake Plummer's going to scroll back and roll out and make another disgusting throw on the move that fortunately just gets batted down and is not picked off. So 3rd and 5, we got to get something. I need something here. Show me anything. Plummer's going to drop back. He's got time here, but the pressure gets in his face as he rolls into a block. And Kendall just couldn't hold on to that block for a second longer here. But it is 4-down territory. We are playing aggressive, so we need anything. Can we get it? Plummer's going to float it out to Magavica out of desperation, who cut upfield off of his route. He ran his route, was like, whatever, dude, I'll just go upfield. I got you. And we get a first down. So now we are cooking here just inside the red zone, about the 19-yard line. Plummer's going to look over again. Another disgusting throw off the foot, but Boston is in position to make it. It is where it needs to be. It goes on target. And we have another first down, looking to potentially score some more points. There's still more than enough time in this football game, so do not lose hope now, okay? We are in the third quarter. There's plenty of time. Plummer's going to drop back, and the pressure's on, but it doesn't matter because Hedgel's right there, but he gets stuffed right at the goal line and cannot fall forward for his third touchdown of the game. So we're going to give it to Plummer, big buddy Plummer, who's going to fall forward into the end zone on a QB sneak and get us our touchdown that we so desperately need to get in this ball game. That'll bring the very turbulent third quarter to a close as the Rams still hold on to a 3-point lead here. But man, a high-scoring affair. This is what I like. I need this offense to get moving. But the Rams already looking to score potentially again. And Kurt Warner, finally, our rookie cornerback Williams, makes an amazing play. He's been getting beat all day. Kurt Warner said, dude, this guy doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. And finally he gets his hands in position to steal one from Isaac Bruce. God, you love to see it. You love to see it. You've been embarrassed all game long, but you know what? I'll give you a game ball for that. So thank you. So we got this one going the other way. Perfect position to potentially tie or even take a lead here late in the game. We might have to do some galaxy brain coach maneuvering with wasting time. There's less than 3 minutes left, so we really do need to be smart and methodical with how we move the ball up the field, and Freddie Jones dropping well-placed balls like that is not going to get it done. So third and down now for the Cardinal offense. We need a whole lot of yards. Can we get a whole lot of yards as we wait till the very last second for that play to develop for Boston to get open, and we just get rid of the football in time here. Look at this as the pressure gets to Plummer. He is rolling out for his life. That pass is even just wobbly right out of the arm, but he still gets rid of it, and Boston has a first down. So pick yourself up, Plummer. It's okay. Don't get hurt, please, for the love of God. It's going to be so much money wasted. First and 10 now for the Cardinals, and the pressure's already on, but on the run, for some reason, that is Plummer's element, is when he's running. Patrick Mahomes, who, man? Plummer's got the accuracy. He's laying up dots while he's on the run. And Hedgel is our freaking dude, man. Rookie of the year, please. Start the chance now. Start the chance now. As he gives us another chance. We are just past midfield. We have less than 2 minutes left coming out of the 2-minute warning. We float it to Boston, who hauls it in. He's the guy. Where has he been all game? He's been right there just waiting for his moment, just plotting. And the time continues to tick. We're trying to waste some now here, but we need points. And Hedgel's got it there, but he just can't haul it in. The ball was laid up by Plummer, but Hedgel could not make the catch. So 2nd and 10 now. We need something. We float out to the outside and find Coffee. Find the young man Coffee, who's injured on that play, but it doesn't matter because Michael Coffee makes the go-ahead touchdown catch. And now all we have to do is play some great defense for a minute and some change as we come up with a huge sack. I believe that's our rookie who made that tackle. Our rookie getting his first sack potentially of the season. I can't remember what he's done so far. I don't think he's done a whole lot other than get penalties. But 2nd and 15, the Rams are in hurry-up mode because they need something here. They got only a minute left. And that was floated out to Wilkins. Just sails over Dwayne Starks' head. Dwayne Starks, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? So 1st and 10 now. The Rams are getting closer to midfield here. They need 6. They can't take 3. They got to have 6. There's just 1 minute left in this ball game. What can they do? Kurt Warner's going to look back over his options, float that one out to the left side, and oh my gosh, he's got a wide open man who shakes off Kwame Lassiter, says, dude, get out of here. You're nothing. You're nothing to me. But thankfully, Williams is able to bring him down and make a potential touchdown-saving play. I mean, look at that, bro. Just gives him the shoulder. Disrespectful. Come on. 51 seconds left to go here. The Rams are now knocking on the door almost, just about here, as they're going to snap this one from about the 31-yard line. Kurt Warner's going to float it out to the right side, and it was there. The ball was there. Receiver had to make a diving catch. I don't believe that was Isaac Bruce, but it might have been. But he could not haul that in. So 47 seconds, the Rams are going to try and do something else here as he floats it out to Marshall Faulk out of the backfield, who fortunately we were able to force out of bounds before he could do any damage inbounds, because the Lord knows he can. So 3rd and short situation for the Rams. Kurt Warner needs peace and quiet in the dome because I know it's rocking. Warren's going to drop back. He's got time to throw, and an amazing play. I didn't catch the number on that one, but an amazing stop. But it doesn't matter because it's 4-down territory. The Rams are right on the field. Again, it's 4th and 3. Are they going to run it? No, they're not. Van Bosch is on the pressure. He applies the pressure. It makes Kurt Warner have to throw a dangerous one, and it is batted down. So, folks, that is all she wrote. We come up huge on 4th down and end this ball game. Jeez Louise. 14 unanswered points in the 4th quarter is going to get us the dub, folks. Was that all in the 4th quarter? I thought that was all in the 4th quarter. I mean, just crazy. Whew. We all got to catch our breaths here. This is the stuff of legend right here. This is the rivalry that we're going to talk about here. The Rams are not going anywhere. They're staying right here in St. Louis, and we're going to be in this dome every single year, making sure that they remember that the Cardinals are also here, and they're in Arizona. Don't forget about them. Absolute offensive explosion by both teams here, posting up crazy numbers. Not a whole lot of turnovers to speak of. I think we both had a little screw up there. Hey, Kurt Warner's was a little bit not as bad. Okay, Plummer's was really bad. Okay, I threw a real bad one. Both of us tried a 4th down, by the way, but we were the only team that converted one. So we were only in the red zone a few times, and the Rams only got there once. So that's kind of crazy when you think about it, that we were able to keep the Rams out of the red zone, but they were still able to put up 31 freaking points. So Jake Plummer puts up 339 yards with 4 tutties and just 1 pick, 19 of 30. So that's definitely got to be one of his best games with us. I've said that a lot, but I think the Falcons game is probably the best, and then this one, it has to be a close second, as our passing game was just incredibly efficient here. David Boston and Kyle Hedgel are the dudes here. Give them the ball. And even Michael Coffey got himself involved a little bit. Only 2 receptions, but one was a humongous touchdown late in the game that even got him injured, but he was okay. He did come back, so... And then, of course, the sacks are always given up by our running backs and fullbacks because that's all they do. That's all they do. And Norm Wiggins, our rookie, came up with 2 sacks today, man. 2 big sacks. Got to give it up to the big guy. I mean, he was our big prize pick, our first-round pick, so he's finally getting himself involved a little bit. I don't need him to put up crazy numbers or anything, but to get something, bro. At least get me, like, a good number of sacks, a handful. That's all I'm asking, really. But it looks like he might share one of the sacks with Wakefield, which is cool. I like this. I like the sack stat regardless. I like that we're at least getting them because we got none last year, so we need more. Looking ahead now to the next game, it's another NFC opponent here, an NFC North opponent in the Minnesota Vikings, who, again, like the Giants and like the Broncos, that was who it was. The Broncos, they're always bad in this game, but in real life they weren't that bad. So come back next time when we're in Minnesota taking on the Vikings.